Yo, this is RetroWolf88 and today I'm going to tell you about a retro style 2D action platformer that was released on the Nintendo Switch called GhoulBoy. So be sure and hit that subscribe button, grab a bag of Funyuns and a slice of pepperoni pizza, and let's talk about what I think about GhoulBoy on the Nintendo Switch. I absolutely love finding games like this on the Nintendo Switch or any platform for that matter. GhoulBoy, as I said in the intro, it is a 2D retro style action platformer that reminds me of games from the NES era and Sega Master System era, and that is awesome because as a retro gamer, as an old school gamer, I really like playing games like that because it brings back those nostalgic feelings of the games from my era whenever I was a kid and a teenager. And this game really pulls it off. In GhoulBoy, the goal is simply to make it to the end of each level, and then in some levels you'll have a boss fight, so the goal of those is to defeat the boss. Throughout the level, you'll be defeating enemies, you'll be dodging traps, you'll be finding secret areas, using a variety of weapons and tools at your disposal. In GhoulBoy, you have a sword, you have throwing spears, and you have throwing knives. There's two versions of the throwing knife. You've got a single throwing knife that you can throw. You throw it, it spins, and it comes back to you kind of like a boomerang. And then the double throwing knives throws two knives that does that, and it comes back to you. However, when it comes back to you, you don't actually get it back. So you can only hold 10 knives at a time to start out with. Now the spears, on the other hand, you can use those to attack enemies, but the primary use of the spears is you throw them and they stab into the wall, and you can actually use them as platforms to get to higher areas. They're very, very useful, and they're definitely designed, the level design is based around the spears and how you use them. Now you also have a melee attack, and you get various melee weapons throughout the game, such as a sword, a mace. You get all kinds of cool stuff as you progress. There's a lot of different enemy types in the game. I really like the sprite work and the assets in the game. Like I said, they remind me of games from the Sega Master System era and from the NES era, and that is not a bad thing. Throughout the levels, you'll find secret areas, you'll find treasure chests that are full of power-ups. You'll also find coins and gems, which you use to, as I said, unlock more weapons, also increase your health and increase the amount of tools you can hold, that being the knives and the spear. Within the level, you can also find, of course, healing items to heal you as you take damage. You can also find a store in each level where you can stock up on spears, knives, and also heal yourself if you get low on HP. There are a lot of traps, there's a lot of platforming in the game. You can double jump, and the game's pretty tough too. They really nailed that tough retro style feel, but without it being too tough. It's not tough in a frustrating way. Just like most retro style games, you just simply have to learn the pattern of the level. So if you're really struggling with the level, the more you try, the better you'll get as you learn what works and what doesn't, and how to take on certain enemies and how to get around certain traps. Eventually you'll be flying through the levels. Now you do have finite lives in the game, but there are checkpoints throughout the levels, and if you run out of all your lives, don't worry, you're not going to have to start the game over. You'll get to continue, and you just start the level over from the very beginning. As I said, I really like the assets in the game and the art design. And I also like the music. This game has really, really good sounding retro 8-bit style music. Let's listen to it for just a moment. Yeah, I really like those tunes. Those are some good tunes. Some of them got stuck in my head a little bit too. But so far, I'm really enjoying this game. I haven't beat it yet. I've beat the first area and the first boss, and I'm on the second area now. I think I've got maybe 1 or 2 more levels till I get to the second boss. But I'm having a good time with the game. It's not complicated. The controls are simple, but they're tight. They feel good. The game doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel frustrating. And it's really bringing back those nostalgic feelings of the NES and Sega Master System era. Now granted, it's not a very deep game. You're probably not going to get many hours of gameplay out of it. I don't know how long the game is yet, but I can't imagine it's more than 3 to 4 hours at the most. But for $9.99, I feel like there's good value in this game. I feel like this is a good $10 game to purchase, maybe to play between larger games and really have a good time with if you like this style of game. And if you've watched my videos, you know, because I've said it multiple times, that I love 2D side scrollers, especially 2D side scrollers that try to nail this retro art style. I really like those types of games. I never get bored of them. I know some people do, and some people get tired of seeing them over and over and over. But me personally, I say keep bringing them on as long as we still get a good variety of other games as well, which we do. So there's not much more to say about GhoulBoy. If you like 2D action platformers with a retro aesthetic and cool pixel art that'll remind you of the NES and Sega Master System era, and you don't mind spending $10 on a game that you'll be able to get a few hours out of, I recommend picking this one up. Because for me, it hits all of those check boxes and really scratches that nostalgic itch. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure and slash that like button and subscribe for future content like this, as well as many other impressions videos that I have coming down the pipeline. I also have a lot of other cool stuff planned, so you will not want to miss it. Also, I just want to say we are very close to 100 subscribers on the channel, and that is my very first subscriber goal. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please help a brother out and hit that subscribe button and help me reach that 100 subscriber goal. I will greatly appreciate it. Until the next video, keep having a good time and playing games. Later.